Hello there YouTube, my name is Greg Lawrence. Welcome to the second video in my freelancing journey series. In the previous video I went over why I'm doing this and my game plan for the future, game plan for right now. So if you haven't watched that video just yet, I will include it in the description for you. Anyways, seeing as this morning has been a bit of a slow start for me, with it now being almost 2 p.m. Also because of the fact that today is St. Patrick's Day and this is New England, so I am going to be challenging myself today to do as many Upwork proposals as I possibly can, as many Indeed applications as I possibly can in the shortest possible amount of time. For the past few days now, I've already been writing proposals for different Upwork listings, applying to plenty of different Indeed job listings. I have gotten 0 responses on Upwork, 0 on Indeed, so far nothing. I know that the first couple jobs are always kind of the hardest to get. You've got 0 reviews, and it's really difficult for someone on Upwork who's trying to hire someone to hire you and know that you're capable of doing what you're doing. If you don't have any reviews, they don't know if you're going to do it or if you're just going to take their money and run. So the difficult part is kind of getting a couple first reviews to show that you're not just a robot bot that is going to take their money. Goal for today is to write proposals up the wazoo and just play the numbers game. And well, seeing as it's about 2 p.m. right now and I have about till 6 or 7 until St. Patrick's Day festivities come to destroy my liver, let's not waste any time, and I hope you enjoy whatever montage that I put together for you in the next upcoming couple minutes, because I have no clue, because I haven't made it yet. So yeah, see you at the end of that. Let me just show you the type of thing we're working with here. So this person, they have 500 tools that they need built, and they want $10. They have 5 different questions that they'd like for you to include in your proposal, one of which they have a example tool that they do of a random color generator, and want to know your approach, because they probably want to just steal how to do it. And here they say budget is $0.5, 50 cents per tool, because tasks are entry level, some of them even done by ChatGPT. If they're done by ChatGPT, why don't you just have ChatGPT do it? Why do you need 3 developers? There would be many tools. Good review at end. Are you willing to work in given budget? No, I'm not. It's the kind of stuff we're working with.
Two weeks later.
Well, it is most certainly not St. Patrick's Day anymore. In fact, it's been almost 2 weeks since I filmed that last section. But let's still recap how that day went, then we will transition to what I've actually been up to for the past 2 weeks or so. On that day, I was probably able to get around 15 to 20 proposals done on Upwork, and probably around 10 to 15 Indeed applications. And to some, that may be barely any, and to others, maybe that's a whole bunch. I don't know. But I definitely noticed that the more I kept writing the Upwork proposals, the easier it got. Basically, once I got in the flow of things, and written up a bunch of proposals already, to help speed up my workflow, I kind of found myself taking my previous proposals I had written. I would kind of copy and paste them, but then alter kind of the pieces that I needed to change, because a lot of it was kind of just like the boilerplate, like, you know, my name's Greg, hi, nice to meet you. But overall, it was definitely a successful day of just sending out proposals and applications and just, you know, in general, getting my name out there. And lo and behold, would you believe, one of my many proposals actually ended up getting a bite just a couple days later. So let's fast forward a little bit from St. Patrick's Day, and I'll go over a few of the different things that we got going in motion right now. Development number one is that a couple days after I filmed the first part of this video, I was contacted by a client from one of the Upwork jobs. It was a pretty small one, pretty basic, and basically the guy just wanted some guidance in setting up a landing page, sign up page for his app that he was building with some other kind of people that he had hired. So a couple days later on a Sunday afternoon, I hopped on the call with the guy and gave him some WordPress and general, web development consultation. And it really only took like a couple hours, and it went really well. He seemed pretty satisfied and with how everything went, and boom, that is our first successful job on Upwork. And more importantly, that is our very first 5-star rating on Upwork. Not only did I make a whopping $12, and even less after Upwork fees, but this 5-star review is going to be essential in helping us get our next jobs on Upwork. I can hear our neighbor. I feel weird because I'm talking to a microphone. Alright, and our neighbor is gone. So TLDR. Had a successful job experience with my first Upwork client, which is going to aid in acquiring future clients, and there's an opportunity for future work with this client as he continues to build his app and company. On to development number 2. Our second development this past week has been I may have the opportunity to work with a startup doing the type of development work that I actually enjoy, that being kind of 3D web development, specifically using Three.js. However, there's a bit of a catch. Since this is a very new startup, they're only able to offer equity with pretty much no monetary or salary compensation. So basically, if I were to work 20 or 40 hours for them, I would earn a portion of ownership of the company. And as the company grows, value of that equity does as well. However, while this has the potential to be very profitable, it also has the potential to be worth nothing. So you might ask, Greg, why even consider something so risky at a time when you're already not making that much money? Well, concerned YouTube viewer, this could be a major opportunity, and I will explain why. I interviewed with the startup and learned about the stack that they're using, what they're looking to build, and what other perks they're able to kind of offer alongside their equity offer. Firstly, I was told that hours aren't super important to them. What's important to them is deliverables and meeting deadlines and getting done kind of what they need to get done. Which means if I do the work in 20 hours or if I do the work in 8 hours, so long as the deliverable goals get met, they're happy. Meaning I could still have plenty of time to continue doing other freelance work while also working for them. Secondly, one of the major shortcomings in my web development career has kind of always been the fact that I have not yet learned kind of the different frameworks such as React, and what does this company happen to be using for their front end? React and Next.js. So another perk that they're kind of trying to offer basically is the room to learn and grow with these different technologies. Obviously, with the caveat that I'm still able to actually complete the tasks that they need me to do, which I would hope I could do. I will be working with React 3 Fiber, which is a React framework that integrates Three.js into React, which would just kind of explode my abilities to do 3D on the web, basically. And thirdly, it seems like they are very open to the idea of kind of teaching and mentoring about these technologies. React 3 Fiber, I would have to figure out on my own, obviously, but React and even like backend technologies, I would have access to the people that are working on those in the company who would be able to teach me and mentor me, which is definitely something that I've really lacked in a lot of previous jobs that I've had. So the reason that I am even considering taking on this startup job is that in my eyes, this is an opportunity to essentially get a free React coding bootcamp pretty much, while also being a potentially lucrative investment opportunity as well. And all that with a highly flexible time commitment that would still allow me to continue doing work that earns money and actually pays the bills. You know, I thought that getting a dummy battery for this camera and then plugging it into a battery bank that would have way more charge would prevent it from shutting off after however many minutes into a video, but it did not. Apparently, I just can't film more than 20 minutes worth of video. Good to know. I don't even know yet for sure if I will be picked for the job, but if I am, I very well might accept, and this freelancing journey will probably get a whole lot more interesting, also a whole lot more stressful. Now, as part of the interview process, I was asked to complete a small coding assignment. I just had to build kind of a simple 3D scene with Three.js or React Fiber as well, where the user could walk around, look around with the keyboard and mouse, and then they would have to be within, 4 walls. So this past weekend, I put that together, and I even decided to try my hand at building it with React 3 Fiber as opposed to just using vanilla Three.js. It has most certainly helped that I have been recently going through Bruno Simon's Three.js journey. Shout out to Bruno, and specifically the React 3 Fiber section that he added not too long ago. I definitely highly recommend that you go check out that course if you're trying to learn Three.js. It's been super helpful for me. I am not sponsored in any sort of way. It's just a really good course. I will put the link to the demo that I did for this coding assignment in the description just so you guys can kind of take a look at it. And with that, we are finally on to development number 3, which I'm going to talk about a lot more quickly because this video is probably already getting very long, even after I cut out 90% of the content. Basically, I may have another work opportunity with a client that I've actually did work for a long while in the far past while working at that full-time job. Basically, this was their client that while I was working for them, I worked on a project that they were doing. Since now I am kind of a freelancer and I'm not with that company, and I was the one who did the development for kind of the software component of that project, since I was the one that worked on that, and now the client is looking to have updates done. They've been in contact with me directly. So I've been trying to set up an initial meeting with them for a few weeks now actually, but finally do have an actual meeting, on the books for tomorrow afternoon so that we can go over kind of the different details of what they're actually looking for this project. And if this job ends up going through, that's just going to be a major win. This could definitely be a big source of income for the upcoming month or months, and that is definitely something that we are pretty greatly in need of at the moment, just for motivation's sake and for pocket's sake, especially if we're looking to also take on this opportunity with the startup. And with that, we have come to the end of the video. Not only did we see the process of applying to jobs and doing proposals, but we also got to see a little bit of the return from that work. And I definitely want to emphasize, I had been applying to different jobs, multiple different proposals on Upwork for multiple days before I filmed that first section of this video, as well as during the following weeks between then and now. So there's definitely a lot of work kind of behind the scenes that I did that I didn't really get the chance to film. So definitely don't expect to do 2 days of applying to Upwork jobs and Indeed jobs and then all of a sudden get hired instantly. These have all been things that I have really been building for the past multiple weeks, multiple months even. I just happen to be really bad at filming the little pieces along the way. Anyways though, do not forget to subscribe to keep up with the rest of this series, and I hope to God that I continue doing the rest of this series because so far it's been pretty enjoyable. And if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to drop a like as well because it takes 2 seconds of your own time and it helps me out a ton, so I would definitely really appreciate that. I hope you have a great rest of your day and good luck with all your endeavors, and I don't have a third thing, but things sound better with 3s, so yeah.